Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from the paperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and in this video tutorial I have this quick and easy little hanging gift tote for you. I want to give credit to fellow demonstrator Jaquel Hoffman, who so generously shared this project with me. She sent me a sweet little gift in the mail where she gave me two versions of this. One she had holding a room spray from Bath & Body Works, and the other one had a trio of Ferrero Rochers in it. The dimensions of this box are 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and this goes up to 4 inches, but with the open top you can put things that are different heights in there. So I love that this can be used for so many different things. So again, a room spray, some Ferrero Rochers or Lindor truffles. You can also change the length of the ribbon. This would be a really cute gift for neighbors. Just go hang it on their door for the holidays. You can also hang it on the Christmas tree. So many fun things you can do with this, and it's really easy to make. So let me show you how. I'm going to start by giving you the paper measurements first, in case you want to go ahead and create along with me. This is Seaside Spray cardstock, and this narrower piece measures 1.5 inches by 11 inches. This wider piece measures 2.25 inches by 9.5 inches. Then I have 4 pieces of the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper, and these pieces measure 1 3/8 by 3 7/8, and I've cut them in portrait if you had a directional pattern. And then I have 1 small piece of Whisper White that measures 1 inch by 2 3/4. We're going to start with our Seaside Spray pieces. So I'm going to start with the narrower one, and we're going to score this at 4 3/4 and 6 1/4. That is super easy, just those 2 score lines there. And then the second piece along the short side, we're going to score this at 3/8 from either side. And then on the long side, we're going to score this at 4 inches and 5.5. Next, I'm going to fold and burnish on all the score lines. And then I'm going to bring in the delightful tag topper punch, and I've grabbed the narrower piece of Seaside Spray and that small piece of Whisper White. On the Seaside Spray, we're going to put that in that middle channel. I love this punch because you can do widths of 2 inch, 1.5, or 1 inch in the channels here. So this was cut to 1.5 inches wide. So I'm going to feed that in, make sure it's pushed all the way up to the top, and punch, and you get that awesome tag topper there. We're going to do that to both sides of this piece, like so. And then with a smaller piece, we're going to put that in the 1 inch channel, push that all the way in the punch, and then we've got a matching piece here for our hanging tote. All right, now focusing on this piece, the next thing I'm going to do, because this is just easier to do this all at once as opposed to tearing multiple pieces, I'm going to take tear and tape. I'm going to run it all the way along, right up to the score line on this 3/8 inch section. We'll do this first before we do any cutting away. We're going to do that on both sides. Then I'm bringing in a template here. We're going to be removing this middle section here because of the way that this hanging tote goes together. And then we're going to notch on these sections as well. So because the tear and tape's on here, now I can just come in and cut. I'm going to notch on either side of the center section. I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. Then I like to fold this long section out of the way so that we can get at this middle section, because we're going to completely remove it. And I am trying to remove the score line, so I'm cutting just to the inside of the score line, like so. Turn it around, do the same thing, fold that section out of the way, cut right to the inside of that score line and remove. And then on these outside sections, we're going to just come in and notch, like so. Okay, next we're going to come in and glue down our Designer Series paper. Now because this is directional, you want to make sure that you're going to adhere these patterns going in this direction, and the same thing on both pieces. And that way, when the tote is put together, then the pattern's going in the right direction. So I'm just going to use multi-purpose liquid glue and go ahead and do that. I'll fast forward. Now on this piece, you want to make sure that this bottom edge is lined up towards that score line. You're going to have some of the blue sticking out at the top here. All right, now let me show you how easy this is. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this piece over. This piece is gonna lay in a crisscross formation like so, and I'm gonna have the narrower piece on top of the wider piece. So I'm just gonna take liquid glue here and put that right here in the center square section. And then I actually like to turn it this way. I'm gonna place this down and I'm lining up the score lines so that the score lines are all in line with each other. Feel free to pick up the paper if it's easier. And the liquid glue gives you some time to slide that right into place. So now it's in this cross shape, and now we can go ahead and put this together. So very easy. Start with one section at a time. Go ahead and remove the tear and tape. And then we're gonna line up this score line with this cut edge to form our tote corners. And then we're just gonna work our way around. Pull the backing off the tear and tape as you go so you don't have cardstock sticking when you don't want it to. You do want to have this last one kind of tucked in. You still leave the backing on it, but kind of get it tucked in, otherwise it's going to make it a little harder for you to put it together. And now we can pull off the tear and tape backing from that last section. Then you can just come in with the bone folder and burnish those down. I love the way that this goes together because it doesn't use as much cardstock as if you were to make this all out of one piece. So doing the 2 strips actually gets a couple of these boxes out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. Now let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm gonna stamp on this Whisper White piece in Night of Navy, and we're gonna use the Tag Buffet stamp set. I love this stamp set. It is retiring, but we're gonna use the sentiment, "'Tis the season." All right, and now it is time to put this together. We're gonna be using this beautiful Seaside Spray metallic ribbon. It's just beautiful and goes so well with this treat tote. And then I'm gonna use the Retiring Glitter Star ornaments. I'm gonna grab a pair of these, and I'm actually gonna remove the string on them. And these are gonna act as little stoppers for our ribbon knots so that the ribbon doesn't fall through the holes from the delightful tag topper punch. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take one end here. I want to make sure that I've got this cut on an angle. I'm going to feed it through one side from the back to the front. Then I'm going to take my tag, again feed the ribbon through the back. And then we're going to feed this through one of the ornaments. And then I'm just going to tie a knot at the end here. And then you just want to give this a nice trim at the end. And then pull it through and see how that ornament is actually keeping that knot from pulling through. And then you just want to determine how long you want this ribbon to be. So I'm going to cut a little bit of extra here. We're then again going to feed this through the back to the front on the opposite side of the hole, then through the ornament. And I might have a little bit of excess ribbon here, so I'm just going to keep pulling. Again, it depends on where you plan to hang this. A doorknob, the ribbon would need to be a little bit longer. For the Christmas tree, a little bit shorter. Go ahead and trim, pull all the way through, and add your room spray or your treats. And there you have a very quick and easy hanging gift tote or hanging treat tote, depending on what you put inside of it. And you can use this for so many different occasions, but it's especially beautiful for the holidays and for some last minute gifts. The last I checked at Bath & Body Works, you could get 3 of these room sprays for $20. So it's a great little gift for teachers, neighbors, friends and family, and also would be wonderful to fill it with treats to hang on the Christmas tree. I just can't wait to see what you do with it. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at paperpixie.com, where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. And if you don't want to miss a thing, you can subscribe to receive blog updates via email, and you'll receive an email each time I publish a new post. You can shop with me anytime at paperpixie.com/shop. And if you're interested in a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle, and it's a great way to fill your wish list for less. I'd love to welcome you to the Stampin' Up! Family and my team of paper pixies. You can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like to receive free catalogs from me, you can submit a catalog request at thepaperpixie.com/happymail. And if you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag paperpixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.